Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a veve OMI Earth 2 update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say, where's Dashi? Where is Dashi? We do have Gemma though. Gemma, you want to say hi? Oh my god, my wrist. I hurt my wrist at the gym today, and it is, not gonna lie, I'm not having a good time with it. But Gemma, say hi. Hi everyone. Hi. Hi. Okay, so as far as Earth 2 goes, I'll get into this first, and then I'll go into which sets I'm going to buy next, what exactly I'm doing with OMI and veve, and why I'm selling Bitcoin. So we have here for Earth 2, what I'm doing is I'm just buying more jewels every single day. I think jewels are pretty undervalued because they don't have any utility yet. And if they don't have any utility, that just means that, okay, well, the utility is yet to come. Again, I keep slotting on mentors. I have not filled them yet. If I go over to my resources and I go and I try to slot them, I'm literally only in the like C's, in the Charlies. So it's like Chavez Dolphin Relations, Chavez Bricks, Chavez whatever. I have no issue slotting all of my jewels into the mentors to get more ether or more essence, because if I happen to sell that land, even though the mentor goes with them, the jewels come right back to me. So that's fine. As long as you have them and you're just slotting them, you pretty much keep them forever. The time where they'll get a lot more scarce is when they have more utility. You'll be able to break them down, and once you break them down, be able to go and just say like, oh, okay, and then suddenly that jewel is destroyed. That jewel can no longer be used. That's why I keep buying them every single day, and they are 14 cents right now, and I just bought 2 more because they're that cheap. So, veve OMI. I was just talking about it, and the best way I think I can explain it is if anyone's ever seen the movie Moneyball. Moneyball is about this guy named Billy Beane, played by Brad Pitt, and he goes and he has like a $32 million budget for the Oakland A's. That's who he manages in like 1997 or whatever. And maybe it's like 99, whatever it is. And the Yankees have about 4 times what he has as far as budgeting power. They grab Matt Damon, they grab Jason Giambi, they grab all these amazing superstars. How can he compete? Well, at this time, what he does is he happens to have a meeting with whoever, and he takes their IT guy. He takes the guy that runs the computer analysis, buys him from the Cleveland Indians, I believe. And why? Because he believes that they need to think different, like Apple. And he takes this guy and he says, like, he says, hey, listen, would you have signed me in the first round draft pick? Because Billy Beane used to be a player back in the day. And this guy played by Jonah Hill says, no, I would pitch you a 9th round draft pick. No signing bonus. Like, you were that bad. And he's like, oh, okay. At least he's honest. And then he says, like, he has Michael Pena, a all-star baseball, and this guy named Hatterfield. Hatterberg was a catcher, and he can't throw to second base anymore. His elbow's shot. So what they do is they put him at first base. And again, Michael Pena, who's playing first base, is an all-star. And he goes to this system saying, like, okay, who are we going to win more with? And, well, who gets on base more? Hatterberg gets on base more. He gets walked more. And how do they win games? Getting more runs. How do you get more runs? You get more people on base. And he says, who are we going to win more games with? Pena or Hatterberg? And Jonah Hill says, it's close, but you will win more games with Hatterberg. And why I'm selling my Bitcoin, Michael Pena, for OMI, which is Hatterberg, is because even though everybody knows what Bitcoin is, even old people, even boomers, and some of those old people are even buying, nobody over the age of like 55 is buying OMI. Like, it's like 0.1% of 0.1%. And why? Because it's going to be close. Bitcoin might 3 to 4x by the end of this year. OMI's going to like 8 to 10x by the end of this year already. Like, we've already gone up like what, 30% in the last couple weeks. Gemma, your toy's right on there. Just go and get the. Okay. Anyway, so that's why I'm going. I'm doing all this. So I did sell a part of my Bitcoin. I still actually do have 1 Bitcoin left. But I did sell part of it. I will have another million, or about 95 million by tomorrow. Just letting you guys know. I do have a friend coming in from out of town, so I might get her on the podcast. We might stream. I might not be here. I'll keep you all posted. But let me get to comments real quick. Justin says, Lego, Power Fist Pro Arms, get this bread. Noah Gadar says, second, 69,998. Cosmo says, the $1 million question, Randy, is OMI going to be bulletproof on the crypto bear market? Cosmos believes that yes. What do I think? I don't know. I mean, we've never really seen a bear market before. We've had, this major correction in a bull market, but we have not seen an actual bear market or crypto winter with OMI yet. Even the people that got in 2018, maybe they were in a bear market at the time, but they were never in a bull market suddenly having to go into the bear market where this could suddenly lose 80% of its value like that. I don't know. Like, I don't think anyone knows. Nobody has a crystal ball. We might not lose as much as other altcoins. Again, when the crypto winter comes and bear market, these things like Shiba Inu and Redbone and Leashbone and Saitama, like all of these meme coins and all of these poop coins, they're going to die. They're going to go off the wayside. And I think it'll actually be really good for OMI because let's say we do dip really hard, 80%, we'll get a lot of people that are cashing out of other stuff like, oh, let me put it into this. That has amazing licenses. That has an amazing community. That has amazing developer outreach into the community. A lot of people making consistent videos on this. I think this is where a lot of that extra money that's going to be bleeding out of Doge and all these other coins are going to go. So I think that we'll have most other coins will go like this, and we'll go like this. Other coins will rise steadily out of that, but we'll have a K-shaped recovery. Again, this is all speculation, but that's just what I see. Hetman says, nope. What goes up must come down. Look at the charts of any bear market. Compare. And again, that's true. That's what happened, with Apple, Facebook, Google, Tesla last year in 2020 when COVID hit. All of them, the whole market went down, but then you had FANG, so Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google, and then Tesla, and then like Square and a bunch of other companies that are innovative, companies that are disruptive, went like that. They had that nice check mark, K-shaped recovery bounce. That's what I think is going to happen with OMI as well, because again, very disruptive, very innovative, and they are very vertically integrated as well. So they triple threat. They have like the perfect storm. They have the trifecta, the trinity. They're perfect. They're in as good a position as you can get. Peter says, let's go! Evan says, during the bear market, you should load up on OMI like a gangsta. This is when investors build their riches. I don't think I'll have the funds to do that because I'm just going to hodl the OMI. Most people would say like, oh, well, at the height of the bull market, you should sell, and then when the bear market comes, okay, well, you don't know when the height of the bull market is, so no one's ever going to time that properly. You could say that, okay, well, at 5 cents, 8 cents, 10 cents, 12 cents, 15 cents. I mean, this could go up to 20 cents before a bear market, or higher. So, if this does that, then if you're selling suddenly at 8 cents, which is not bad because you're 25xing your money, taking some profit, you could do that and do that and do that, and suddenly okay, now it's 25 cents, and then it dips down to 10 cents, or whatever. It's like, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't have sold the first 2 times. Again, that's just my opinion, so I'm just going to hodl. If I do take profit, it's going to be small amounts, like $1 million at a time. But for the most part, I'm going to put $1 million into the veve app, and then what I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to buy the NFTs that I want to buy. Heaven says, bear market can be a blessing if you are motivated and dollar cost average aggressively. Again, if I have money and it really goes to poop, then yeah, sure, why not? But I just don't think I'll have the money for that because I'm just going to hodl. Peter VDB says, by the way, someone sold lots of OMI a few hours ago. It got bought up so quickly. OMI holding 21 EMA on the 4-hour chart. So apparently someone sold lots of OMI and it got bought up really quickly. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Let's see what the 24-hour trading volume is. We actually did get a little bit lower here. Only 5.9 million 24-hour trading volume, which is not a lot. But that also tells me that not a lot of people are selling. We're staying around the 0.0037 mark with not a lot of people selling. I mean, we had a big up earlier in the day, but that was at September. Yeah, that was at 4 in the morning, and then like you said, somebody had a big a big sell, but they just bought another big sell. It just keeps getting bought up, which again is great. We like to see. So the fact that there is not a lot of volume, but we're staying around here, means that when we do get the type of volume that we had the other day, like 10, 11 million, we're going to go even higher. So yeah, that next floor is 0.00413645, whatever that is. I think we're going to break through that. Like when Star Fox says, we're going to break through that fleet. We're going to break through that resistance. Heaven says, because someone mentioned the bear market above. Okay. Adventure of Bucky the Beagle says, what price point will you buy OMI up to? I don't even want to buy it now. I don't want to buy it at 0.0037. But because I was buying it at 0.007, 0.008, more than double of where it is now, I don't mind buying it here. Because why? Because I think it will still 8 to 10x by the end of the year. Heck, probably even more. Again, I think 3 to 5 cents by the end of the year. Dan Lee did a video that says it could be 5 cents by the end of the year. If you watch Cavell Anderson's video, I think it'll be $10 at some point, which I think it can be too. I think it'll be by 2040. Cavell Anderson, I think, thinks it'll be much quicker. Wouldn't that be crazy if like it randomly gets there in like the mid 2020s? I don't think it get again $1 by the mid 2020s. Yeah, absolutely. $10, not a chance. I don't think, but fudge, man, who knows? Ginferno3 says Captain America common and uncommon are just a little lower than list price, but the rare is way cheaper, 40% off. Picked one up. Get that bread, Ginferno. Justin said, did you see Veve's Instagram story teaser? Okay, so yes, that Veve Instagram stories. Actually, I could even just, I could play that because there's no sound. It's about 7 seconds. And what I'm thinking that this is it's obviously space. So, okay, some people are thinking like the Tesseract. Some people are thinking like Star Wars or Star Trek. They've already mentioned Star Trek. Like 3, like the Star Trek Next Generation, just Star Trek, you have Pickard. So, and actually they even mentioned it on Twitter. They actually have dates. So they posted that video, and then they also, so it's 210809.08. Those are the numbers that they say. And if we're trying to read it backwards, okay, well, September 8th, 2021 at maybe 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. Yeah, probably 8 a.m. Pacific time, so 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for September 8th, 2021. And September 8th, 2021 would be a Wednesday, so who knows? That's just my interpretation of it. I even wrote September 8th, and a bunch of people commented a Wednesday drop. September 8th is IMX. Oh, September 8th is also Immutable X's token launch. Somebody else is responding. Somebody said 8 p.m. I think it was 8 a.m. because, again, Eastern Standard Time. It would make sense because Eastern Standard Time... I'm sorry, Pacific Standard Time. They always write 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which means 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's usually the time of most drops. Yeah, I think that makes sense. It's the 21st year on the 8th day of the 9th month on the 8th hour. So again, that's what I think. Trying to think of any... And September 8th apparently is also Star Trek Day, which makes even more sense. So I think I was right when I had said that. CBS All Access is holding an all-day streaming event to commemorate the 54th anniversary of the premiere of the original Star Trek television show. So imagine having that, a Star Trek NFT. People are going to lose their minds at a Star Trek, because again, who are was the big two kings in sci-fi? Star Wars and Star Trek. That's all you saw at Comic-Con originally back in the day, before it was cool, before there was like a lot of hot girls and cosplays. It was nerds, and we were whacking lightsabers and saying like, Han Solo is better than, anyone else. Like, that was Comic-Con back in the day. Speaking of which, Dragon Con is happening right now in Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm very excited to see a lot of the cosplays that are coming out of that. I have so many different notifications. I'm going to send that. I'm going to go back to comments here. Ohm Dog says, what up, what up? Yo, what up, Ohm Dog? How I Made says, sold some OMI for Hex, LOL. Never been happier. Stake and forget it. What is Hex? Comment down below. Noma Guitar says, why can't I put 10 joules on every property? Because some properties don't require that. The properties that are like one tile or a small amount of tiles. You only need one or even two or three jewels. And for the larger properties, like 750 tiles or 500 above, you need like 10 of them. Because it's such a large area, it requires that many jewels to be able to cover that area in order to detect all that essence, or all that ether, that you can then turn into essence. Mozart on my feed says, "Hey Randy, you using a different camera? The quality looks different." No, it's the same tablet that I've had, just maybe different lighting, because I am at the girlfriend's place. I am not at my place, so maybe that's it. I don't know. Crazy Dan 420 says, "Hey Randy, it looks like the next drop is Star Trek on September 8th. Yeah. Justin says, "My dad is over 60 and he bought some." Your dad is a champion. Dad is a champion. I love it when people like defy the odds and they become like the exception. And it's like, okay, well, that's a general rule, and I'm the exception. I love it when people do that. Kudos to your dad. Dad's my hero. Peter says, "OMI to the moon." Frank Sabaka says, "Hi Randy, Vivi just tweeted some tease of a video, 8 seconds long, which seems to be hinting at a Star Trek drop." Not 100% confirmed, but yeah, I believe that as well. I would say Star Trek as well, because again, I don't think it would be smart right now to put in a Star Wars thing when they've already announced 3 Star Treks and they haven't come out with anything yet. So they should probably like kind of finish what's on their plate first. Use a Star Trek, use a Jurassic Park, use a lot of stuff from Capcom and all that, and then get to Star Wars after that. Again, you want to be able to announce a Star Wars or Disney or Pokemon as we have more users. But that being said, we do have 1/3 of 1 million users. So we have over 333,000. I think what they said on the live stream was over 350,000 active users, which is a lot. So again, you want 1 million or a couple million people before you're dropping something like Star Wars, or like I said, before you're dropping Star Wars or Pokemon or Disney, that type of deal. Top Killer says Star Trek is next drop probably. I think so. What's up, Ethan Youngberg? How's it going? Mozart on my feet says it's definitely Star Trek. Fraxbug says, "Oh, you're on it." Ha 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 ha. NGAA man says, "Should I sell my Secret Rare Spider-Man comics to buy more OMIs now?" I don't know if this is right or not, but what I do is, if I have stuff that I know is going to go up, like the NFTs or OMI or Bitcoin, I tend to not sell any. I tend to not sell one for the other. The case that I made in selling my Pokemon cards and selling Tesla was that, okay, maybe they 10x by the end of the decade. That takes a long time to do. We are going to 10x OMI again, we've already gone up. I've been saying this since 0.0025, saying we're going to 10x by the end of the year. So I've been putting it in there. But for Bitcoin, why I'm still okay with doing it is because, yeah, it might 3x, maybe 4x, but we're going to more than double that with OMI. Again, I think. So that's why I'm okay with doing that right now. I also am in negotiations right now, so this could potentially help reach me 1 million OMI, or I'm sorry, 100 million OMI, is if I have so much bubble wrap here. The Masaki Gengar I left in the bank because that's about $15,000, but I have a Masaki Alakazam PSA 10 worth about 5K. We have a Masaki Golem PSA 10, maybe about 3K. Masaki Machamp is worth about 4K PSA 10, and Masaki Omastar. So aside from the Omastar, which we know is the Helix fossil now, but back then it wasn't as big of a deal, these 3 and Gengar were the only ones that you had to that you could get by trading. You could only get these cards, or these cards in the game, by trading a Graveler for Golem, a Kadabra for Alakazam, a Machoke for a Machamp, and then a Haunter for a Gengar. You trade it, and then the Pokemon evolves via trading. And then Omastar, just Helix Fossil. Again, he wasn't the Helix Fossil back in the day, but he's just one of those fossils that you get. You can either get an Aerodactyl or a Kabutops, and he was the Helix Fossil. There's a Dome Fossil, and there's the Helix. But if all of these sell, it's going to be like a $26,000 sale, and that would definitely push me into 100 million OMI territory. So I'm just keeping you guys posted on that, just letting you guys know what I'm doing. Hopefully I can do that before this moons. If I can, great. If not, no big deal. I'm still very happy where I am right Maxwell Cook says the floor on both Mighty Marvel's villains are starting to go up. Hey, good congrats. Top Killer says I'm trying to sell my Marvel Comic 1 for 2 million OMI. I don't know if I would do that, and I'll tell you why. Now, do I think the Marvel Comic number 1 is going to 10x? Well, it's already what, like $7,000. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what we got here. Let's journey into mystery. Where's the Marvel? All right, so Marvel Comics is number 1, 7,600. So let me make that a little darker for y'all to see. That is $7,600. Actually, $7,700 is $7,699. That is for that Marvel Secret Rare. Yeah, I mean, right now it's worth, about 2 million OMI. You know, if you can do it, okay. I think OMI will definitely 10x. Even if not by the end of this year, which I think it should be, but definitely by next year. I don't think the Marvel Comics at $7,600 is going to be worth $76,000 even in the next 5 years. That is so much. Could it go up to 10 grand or even 20 grand? Yeah, maybe. But $76,000, again, 10x of it. So yeah, that's probably, if you want to do that for OMI, probably an okay idea. Probably something that's, again, I just don't see that going to $76,000 anytime soon. In the future, maybe. There's only, 500 of them, but yeah, it's just a lot. Maxwell Cook says, Omi Queen and a few others instantly referenced it to Star Trek. Yeah, I think Star Trek as well. Does says, I hope the Star Trek NFTs are crispy. Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, the fans deserve it. They have a very loyal fan base, very, very big, successful. The fans deserve some good NFTs. Frank Sabaga says, if it's OG Star Trek cast with Kirk and all, I'm definitely buying something. Not the biggest Trekkie, but Star Trek first NFTs will be crazy popular. Whatever, these are the first Star Trek NFTs minted. I love Star Wars. I've seen a bunch of the Star Trek movies, and they're good. I especially love Spock. I love the Logic. Logic is just so good. But yeah, I'm going to get these just because they're the first of Star Trek, the first something of huge. Dog says, Enterprise ain't going to fit in my room. It's true. And Orion Crypto Trader said, David's favorite numbers are 888. Is that a coincidence? I guess it makes sense because there's only 888 editions of the Dragon Girl, 888 editions of that ultra rare Kozik Labbit. There's a couple of times where there's only 888 of certain things. So, no, not a coincidence. I think that's there on purpose. Death Plays Game says, have you ever invested into Magic the Gathering? I have and made some money. I continue to buy, but it's tough to know what will spike. Magic the Gathering was slightly before my time. I grew up more with Pokemon, and then obviously, Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff after that, but Magic the Gathering, there's always going to be money in that. But if you look at the sets of, let's say, Alpha set, of Magic, kind of from last year, or the last couple of years to now, they haven't really moved that much. Like the original sets, like the first 4 sets, they haven't moved that much. I mean, have the Alpha Black Lotus and all that, have that moved? Yeah, because those individual cards. Well, those completed sets, they haven't moved that much. Pokemon, to the moon. So I think, Black Magic, that obviously came first, but Pokemon kind of surpassed that a bit. And I love Pokemon, clearly, and I'm selling my Pokemon cards, like the few that I have left, for more OMI. So if you want to sell your Magic cards for OMI, I think that's okay, because I'm selling Pokemon cards and they've gone up a lot higher. So yeah, I think that's okay to do. That being said, if you're not comfortable with OMI and you're just like, hey, listen, I like Magic the Gathering, I don't make a ton of money, but I make enough to support myself and I make enough to have a nice life. Again, not everyone can do that. I am not well versed in Magic at all. A couple of the cards, just because at the top of the top, again, you have the Trophy Kangaskhan's, you have the Alpha Black Lotus, you have, the Four Horsemen. We know that just because of people that are back and forth, but I don't know it intimately well enough to be able to say, like, oh, these are good, that's good. If you do, great, you're smarter than me. I just don't know it that well. I just know roundabouts as far as first sets go. Hamid says, "Yeah, I told you to watch a Richard Hart interview months ago. It's life changing." Um, is there a way how I may just get like a slight, like maybe like a brief description, like um, how it's life changing? Because I know I get stuff all the time. You're right. I probably should have looked at it by now. Um, I think I actually did. I'm remembering now because I'm just gonna Google real quick. Hex crypto. Oh, and Pulse Chain, right? Launched on the Ethereum network by Richard Hart. Claims the first blockchain certificate of deposit. Or investors lock up stake the holdings for a period of time. Hex crypto. Let's put staking. How much do you get for staking? Allows you to earn a higher reward for the longer you stake. Based on current parameters, you can earn around 40% per year. Again, if you're putting in $100,000 and just getting $40,000 a year, pretty good. It's not bad. But again, why I wasn't going into, I think it was Pancake Swap, where you could make, like at one point it was like 125% a year, on by staking it. And it's like, oh, well, that sounds really good. It does, but then you think, okay, well, why would I go for something? And again, I'm just using Pancake Swap here that I think was like 125%. Even if it was 200%, you're doubling your money each year. Why would I get that if OMI's going to 10x? That's 1,000x return. So I would, again, 40%, or Pancake Swap, which I think now is like 75%, or OMI, which like 1,000% end of year. Like not even in a year, in like a year and a half, like by the end of 2022, this could 20x, more than that, because this could like 30x. I'm gonna say minimum 30x by the end of next year. Again, I think this could 100x, which would only be literally what, 25 cents? I'm sorry, 37 cents. This could 100x in 4 years. It took the people that bought Tesla in like 2011. It took them 10 years to 100x. That's a lot. That's a lot. That 100xing is great, but that's also a decade to do so. We could do that in 4 years. We could 100x in 4 years, which is bananas. So yeah, I put it all in OMI. I can't believe OMI's going to do that in half the time. It's ridiculous. Matt says, when do you think liquidity will start flowing into Earth 2 again? And it says like it was back in December. Probably when the actual game, when we're actually able to play, when we're actually able to get resources instead of just building hollow buildings or be able to build actual buildings. Once we can do that, hang on. Once we can do that and have the actual game, and Jewels have utility, we get a bunch of resources, and we get to take those hollow buildings and actually build with the resources. We have our own marketplace with Essence. Yeah, then a lot of liquidity is going to go in. We're going to moon really hard. That's why to this date I've never cashed out, never sold any. If I have sold something, it was just to grow my tiles. Same thing people do with Hot Wheels and Pokemon and Magic the Gathering. They sell a small, tiny piece of their collection so they can grow their collection. That's what I did with Earth 2. Only sell tiny pieces, and then they would just grow, so I could get more tiles. That's it. Mr. Locknett says, I don't want there to be 1 million users yet. That would decrease my chances to cop anything on drop day. Dude, drop days, again, I was going to put this in a video, but there's 50-something people here now. I'll tell y'all, this is like Patreon type stuff. Guys, in Pokemon, why are gold stars worth the most? I mean, again, first edition, hollows, gold stars, promos, why are they worth the most? Because they're chaseable. Again, like secret rares are not just in comic books. Secret rares are in Pokemon as well, where you have that chase card. Yeah, you have the odds of getting like a hollow 1 in 3. Those are relatively common, but a secret rare, it is very, very, very hard to get. That's not 1 in 3. That's like 1 in 10. And a gold star would literally only come like one per like box, literally 1 per box or 1 every 2 boxes. Like a box has 36 packs. So a gold star, maybe you can get 1 in 72 packs. Very, very hard to get. That's why gold stars are so cool, because they're chase cards. There is something about, at one time there was why do people collect? Because at one time it was an evolutionary factor that you had to be a collector in order to survive and thrive and mate and reproduce. It had to be. That's why we're collecting. It we wouldn't have had this trait of collecting if it wasn't useful to us back in the day. So ingrained in our DNA, ingrained again. I've seen it with Pokemon. I've seen it in the years past. Secret rares, chases. That's why blind boxes will never go out of style. That's how they will never not do blind boxes. They'll continue to do them. Why? Because people like me and you guys, we're just gonna buy because of that chase, knowing full well that the odds of getting that secret rare are doo-doo. They are like crap. You have a much better chance of winning at blackjack. You have a much better chance of going to a casino and winning at blackjack than you do of getting a secret rare. Like, let me say that again. You have much better chances of winning actually gambling than you do of getting that secret rare by putting in money. Why? Because blackjack, you actually have very good odds of winning, especially if you can count cards. Just not that hard to do. Don't let that movie fool you. You don't need to be this wicked genius to count cards. I can do it, and I'm like kind of good at math. Like, that's it. But yeah, again, we know this. We know the fact that it is so small of a chance to get that secret rare, but we do it because we have to, because it's ingrained in our DNA. Like, it's an addiction. You can't stop that. It's like having a Pringle. You can't have just one. I am surprised that I have not had anything to drink in 2 weeks because I have an issue. This is being propped up by a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue. Like, that's exactly what is how much I drink. There's Tesla Tequila literally right next to me. So yeah, just letting you guys know that is my view on those things. Stay right there, Tesla Tequila. Moving on. Justin says, Mr. Locknet, cop OMI. So I says, Justin, cop D's. Top Killer says, I literally own 0 OMI. I'm waiting for a cash out to get some. Well, I hope you can. Hope you can get some. I hope you can get some, Top Killer. Abe McGee says, Magic the Gathering modern sets have absolutely no value. That's rough. It's rough. Echo says, what's OMI? OMI is, I don't know if you're trolling, I'll just say it real quick. It is a cryptocurrency that belongs to the Okomi platform. The Okomi platform has partnerships with, pick any fandom, whether it's Star Trek, Jurassic Park, DreamWorks, Marvel, DC, Capcom, anything in between. And most likely Star Wars, Disney, and Pokemon, although we're not sure yet, but we're kind of sure. With that, those licensed NFTs. And in order to get those licensed NFTs, what has to happen is you have to put in money. Every time a transaction occurs, OMI, which is their token, their cryptocurrency, gets burned from their reserve wallet to their burn wallet. And when that happens, they have to top off their reserve wallet. So they have to buy more OMI from the circulating supply from the company. So it's really ingenious tokenomics. Tokenomics are very, very good. And the OMI token is only going to get more utility. OMI is one of the most undervalued cryptocurrencies right now. I sold my Tesla. I sold my Pokemon cards. I was retired before I started getting into OMI. I kind of wish I wasn't. I kind of wish I was still working a little bit so I could get more money into it. But I sold most of what I had. I put like $300,000 into this, not including the NFTs. I'm very, very bullish on OMI. Not financial advice. Matteo says the pumper will now pump it to 0.005 after that announcement. I don't think any one person could pump this right now unless you're putting in like $5 to $10 million on this. And I say that because, again, that 24-hour volume was about 5.9 million, and in order to really move it like that, you're gonna have to put in cause again, you could put in up to 30% of the average trading volume, the daily volume, and really not move it. So to do that, you have to put $3-4 million to really move it. Not a lot of people have that. That's a lot of money. And yeah, somebody worth 9 figures can say, like, yeah, I'll put 3 or 4% of my net worth into this to pump it if you really want to. I don't think anyone that has that much money is in here just yet. If they are, I think they know not to do that. But we have gotten we have gone a little bit down over the past couple of hours after that announcement, which is interesting. So again, we were at 0.00389, so almost at 39 mark. Gone down to 0.00367, which again is fine. I will have that my 95th million OMI by tomorrow at some point. I'll let you guys know when. Ginferno says Webull now has Shiba. Maybe they have OMI soon. Maybe. Again, I don't like Shiba. I don't like Sheeb, Beeb, but any of that. But if Webull's now on Shiba, maybe that moons a little bit. Maybe that gets a little pump. If anyone has it, good for you. Zana says hello, Dashi. Thank you, Zana. How I Made says yes, Pulse. Yeah, so How I Made, it might be really good. Again, if you get 40% a year, like you're crushing the S&P 500. S&P 500 gets what, 9 to 11% a year, and you're getting 40% a year. That's a really good job. Like that is, again, you're crushing Wall Street, or you're crushing the S&P. But if you happen to say like, oh, hey, well, you can get a lot more with PancakeSwap, you can get a lot more with just investing in OMI. Hell, you get a lot more by investing in Bitcoin or Ethereum. Again, but that's just the staking. I know if you have Hex, you're just getting the 40% from just the staking, but then, if Hex doubles, then okay, well, you get a lot of that. So yeah, maybe that, I wasn't factoring that in, so maybe it's good. But I do remember looking into it, and I remember thinking that, maybe long-term it could be good, and short-term definitely for the staking. But yeah, I don't see anything right now that says, yeah, this is gonna 100x in a few years. That's safe. I mean, you have a couple things like, again, these meme and poop coins, which I would never ever promote. Some people can do that. Some people can be like, hey, I'm gonna get into this meme coin, wait for it to pump, and they could like 5x their money literally like overnight and then get out. They can do that, great, good for them. I'm not in the business of trying to make money on a rug pull. But again, not saying Hex was a rug pull. Again, Hex could very well do well long term. But I was just using that as an example. So yeah. 99 Crypto says, dude, what makes you so bullish on OMI to put all your life savings into it? Put most of the life savings into it. But again, it's the team. It's the team that you have Dan Crothers, David Yu, Alfred Archon, you have Trevor and Reese. That it's just the perfect storm. Like that. If I had to make a team, like again, if I'm Spider-Man and Madam Web tasked me to take 5 people with me to go into the multiverse to go fight, okay, well, Fantastic Four, Doctor Strange, boom, all right, that's my 6. Well, who's the Trinity? Alfred Archon, David Yu, Dan Crothers, okay, right there, boom, 3. And then having Reese just absolutely crushing all the AMAs, just asking, being awesome. Trevor coming on live stream, just they just have a really good team. They have very vertically integrated. They're so disruptive. The vault rooms right now are creative. The communities create. Like again, I don't get this type of feeling. Maybe Earth 2 and the military was the last time. Like again, the only other times I feel like this type of camaraderie. Like we're all in this together. Like it is. Again, I don't want to sound like Mr. Pat yourself on the back. I get off on not only recognizing that I can see things that most other people can't, but I get off on just being right. And I have not been wrong since I got out of the military, late 2016. Since then, the high-risk lending business, to Tesla, to Pokemon, to Bitcoin, to this, I have not been wrong yet. And this is safer than the high-risk lending that I was doing, and I was very successful with that. That being said, any legit financial advisor that you would go to at like Fidelity, which by the way, Fidelity just said that Bitcoin could be $1 billion a Bitcoin by 2038. I think they've lost their goddamn minds. Excuse my language, but. Yeah, so any like normal financial advisor, if they even kind of know about Bitcoin, maybe they'd recommend like 1% of your income in that. They would absolutely laugh at high risk lending. They would laugh at putting all your eggs in one basket into Tesla, because Tesla was like laughed at. There's so much FUD with Tesla for a while. again, people saying that they hate the CEO, it's going to zero, they'll never last. Oh, the competition is coming. It's all BS. And then saying like, yeah, I'm last year, if a financial advisor, talking to another financial advisor, like, yeah, I'm going to put about a third of my life savings into this one Pokemon card, the children's cardboard. They'd slap me. They'd slap me if I would say that. Saying like, all right, you have $250,000 and you're going to take 80,000 of it and you're going to put it into one Pokemon card. They would slap me. They would shoot me if they could. And I'm always right. I sold that. I literally more than tripled my investment on it, in less than a year, because I knew it was undervalued. I see things that nobody else does, and I get off on the fact that I'm right, and being able to run around and say, I win, I win, I win. I have that same exact feeling that I did with everything else as I do with OMI. Their whole team, the OMI, like, very vertically integrated. They're just have the whole system together, and there's. Again, if this is the one thing that I lose it on, okay, I can honestly say I'm okay with that. If I lose the $300,000 I put into the token and the NFTs, that's something I have to live with. Okay, it is. Why? Because I made that conscious decision, but I'm 99.999999% sure that it's going to work out. As sure as I can be. Mozart says, you said you would streak for 50K. Would I streak for 50K? I don't know if I would. I guess now I probably would. I don't know, man. That's indecent exposure charge. Thank you guys for 25 likes. That means the world. And again, not saying that I don't care if people see me naked. I just care if, God forbid, that let's say you have someone like young and impressionable out on the street and they see me naked. It's like, okay, don't want that to happen. Is it worth the 50K? Maybe. But if it's like a bar or it's a thing where people are just like adults and like, okay, you've seen a naked person before. I have no issue with that. Because then it's $50,000. I could buy a lot more OMI with that. Hamid says CMC and Gecko are gatekeeping. The true market cap of Hex is corruption. I don't like to see that word, so again, I'm not sure what CMC or Gecko are, but again, if you're getting 40% on your money each year, that's great. No one can tell you you're doing anything wrong. No one can say like, hey, you're doing it wrong, because you're making 40% on your money each year. That's very, very good. And I hope it goes up for you. 99 Crypto says, yes. DW says, I'm selling half my Pokemon collection for OMI. It's been hard to do, but I really do believe in OMI. I hope I'm right. LOL, currently selling a Mario Pikachu sealed box to do a final top-up on bet. I had a Mario Pikachu set, like the Mario and Luigi Pikachu, the normal ones, and the Mario and Pikachu full arts. They are beautiful. I'm going to buy those back at some point. I literally I got those 4 cards for $1,000 total. Like a couple of years ago, I sold them for like $5,000. So I 5x my money in like a couple of years. Yeah. Those are really, really good. Those that's a collector's item. Like, that is because it's a limited release, only a certain amount of them, and it was a crossover Mario Pikachu, Luigi Pikachu. How epic is that? Those are again. I sold those. I sold my trophy Kangaskhan, one of 11 PSA 10s in the world. I'm selling Masaki sets. So hard to find PSA 10. So I'm doing the same thing you are. We're running the same race, side by side. I think we're doing the right thing. Not financial advice, though. Jaime says, Hex already 41,000x, I'm sorry, 4,100x in 1.8 years. Hex opened at 0.00005, and now it's 0.285, all-time high like every week. Holy crap. So if you put in, 2 years ago or 1.5 years ago, you are making big moves. I don't know the market cap right now, but if something already went up by 4,100x, so let me see if that's right. So you put $1,000, that's 4,100. So if you put $1,000 in a year and a half ago, you have $4.1 million. Are you sure that's right? I mean, if that's right, that's great. But again, if I'm looking at a token, and again, if I were to be able to put in a year and a half, 2 years ago, $1,000, and now I have 4.1 million, now doesn't seem like the best time to get in. Again, I don't know too much about it. I remember looking at it a few months ago, and I thought it was probably good long term, maybe. Again, that was a quick glance at it. That's amazing. That's bananas if people did that. They're already millionaires from it. I'm sad I didn't see it a year and a half ago. That's the case. But right now, if something already mooned like that, again, OMI has 100x already when it started out at 0.0000 something, but it's still at 0.0033738. So again, 10x from here, not that big a deal. 100x from here happened in a few years. I don't know if, again, they've 100x. So if you're saying that this hex token has only 100x, and if you're saying hex token has not just 100x, but they've done that 41 times over, I would not get in now. That seems bananas. Again, if that math is correct. Thank you guys for 30 likes, that means the world. Gabe Vincent says, Hex has already pumped, not a good idea to get in now. Jaime says, but yeah, just look into Richard Hart. I know you're open-minded, Randy. I will look into Richard Hart a little bit, probably next week. Again, it's going to be a crazy weekend. Airfielder says, when they release the app, what app? Airfielder, let me know what app you're talking about. 99Crypto says, when Pulse Chain drops, I'm putting 50K into from staking. Oh, yes. If you do that, yeah, 40% on your money is going to be, wow, 20 grand a year. Good stuff. Jaime says, yeah, I sack for Pulse. I simp for Pulse. Muzzer says, no, put your 50,000 into staking into OMI. Oh, yeah, so I'm going to do more than that. My OMI, like, I'm going to stake OMI every week. I'm going to stake 1 million OMI every week. So I'm going to keep on doing that. Keep on doing that. Again, if I stake 1 million OMI every week, okay, I fill up the 52 weeks out of the year, just roll that over. I have 40-something million OMI left to just play with. Yeah, probably a good idea. Sack is over. Jaime says everything ERC20 on the Ethereum blockchain will be copied into. Please hope OMI migrates into Ethereum before so. Yeah, this should happen in the next couple of weeks. It should happen in late September. Jaime says I sacked on day 5. 99Crypto sacked on day 2. 99Crypto says only 700 though. DW says keeping my PSA 9 gold star. Rayquaza, oh my god though, pop barely moved even for 9s. Wow. Gold. All right, so for those of you that don't know, a gold star Rayquaza PSA 10, how was that, like $20,000-$30,000? So PSA 9 is probably 1/10 of that. So it's probably several $1,000s. But that's insane. That's very, very hard to get. Very, very hard to grade. Mass Murder says, I'm in here. You the best, Randy. Hi, Dash. Oh, Mass Murders, I love you, buddy. I'm a little bit behind on comments. I'm going to get this going here. Hamid says, if OMI don't migrate into Ethereum soon, I'm going to swap OMI into Hex and get a free copy and sell back into OMI, double my monies. If you can do that, I hope you can. I hope you can do that. And Crypto says, spend 3K on a blind box, so I have to stop because my credit card is maxed. Yeah, I don't have, again, I have less than $8,000 left. I have $800 coming in a week. It is not a lot. Okay, why I'm selling Bitcoin and not this? Because if I were to buy 1 million OMI from here right now, I have like $3,000 left. Not good. Not good at all. DW says pull rate for Rayquaza is 1 in every 6. Oh my god, that's even worse than I was thinking. I thought it was 1 in every 2. So a pull box for Rayquaza is 1 in every 6 X Deoxys boxes, and which is bananas because the boxes are just insanely hard to find. God, that's insane. Duke88 says, I bought 2 comics and hit a secret rare. Couldn't believe. Yeah, I did that one time too. The Journey into Mystery is the one I got. Bananas. Crypto says, I can have just 1 Pringle. Wow. That level of commitment should not be possible. 99 Cryptos. Franksbox says, Blue Label is so smooth. It is. It's so good. If you ever watch the show Billions, they love it in that show. It's great. Yeah, it's one of my favorite whiskeys. The Blue Label. Ballin says PSA 9 first edition Houndor still a buy? Yeah, especially now. Ball. All right, Ballin's been one of my oldest subscribers. He's been here since like the first 200 subscribers, maybe. Yeah, that's definitely still a buy. Because again, the 10s. What the 10 for first edition PSA 10 Houndors hollow? There's like what 24 of them, 26 of them. They're stupid rare. And the PSA 9s, if you can't get the 10 and you don't want to spend thousands of dollars for it, get the 9. Yeah, I think the 9's pretty undervalued. And on Crypto says, Randy, you should have your should shave your head and wear an Akomi cape and streak across an MLB game. I would get banned for life and probably have to pay a hefty fine. I don't know, man. Anyone ever see BoJack Horseman, where esteemed character actress and fugitive from the law, Margot Martindale, I almost said Margot Robbie, Margot Martindale, she has to like go on the run because she's a fugitive of the law. So she shaves her head. She has like shoulder-length brown hair. She shaves her head. It's like, I gotta go incognito. And then she takes a brown wig that's exactly the same as her hair, and she puts it on. I was like, what was the point of shaving your head? It was it was great. Nine of Cribs, I don't think I can do that. I'm too old for that now. Moses Number T says, can you write a charity donation off from taxes? You can. And if so, do donations to the NRA count as charity? I don't think that does. If the man is charged is going to force me to lose money, I want to do it while pissing him off. The bulk of my charity write-offs are to Best Friends Animal Society. I do like Project Aware. Project Aware is really committed to regrowing coral reef, Great Barrier Reef in the oceans. They're really great. Animal Welfare Institute is fantastic as well. I donate a lot to them. But Best Friends Animal Society is probably my favorite to donate to. And yes, it does count as a tax write-off. Bin Dung Micro says, price of OMI is falling, sir. Tell us the potential of digital collectibles, OMI. It is hitherto undreamt of. The type, it's going so quickly. This is going so quickly, I don't even know how to... Like, all of this growth, like, anyone see the movie Evolution? Where, why does these little things, again, from Evolution, it has like a rock, a meteor, it bleeds, and the atmosphere, the temperature of our, makes them go through billions of years of evolution, or hundreds of millions of years of evolution, literally in a couple of weeks. And if you throw a match on it, it just goes even further, goes even higher. So I believe that stocks are like Earth. You know, they're Earth. You know, that's how Earthlings evolved. The Earth, but crypto is like that goo from Evolution. That movie, it just goes super quickly. Again, Tesla, one of the biggest companies in the world, took people 10 years to 100x their money. OMI's already done it. They've already 100x from their original ICO, and I think we can do it again in 4 years. So yeah, I'm very bullish on it. But yeah, OMI last couple hours gone down. Good for me. Hopefully I can buy it at that huge discount there. Zach Shades is pre-trendy. We were celebrating when we were sitting on 10 plus million. We were celebrating at 10 million. And then I doubled that real quick, 20 million. I got up to 50 somehow. I got up to 69, thought I would stop there. 80, 85, 90. I'm going to get 95 tomorrow. This is so great. Dog says, we have all the stars. We do. I says, yeah, I agree. I invest in people. That's trustworthy. That's why I'm all in with OMI and Hex. Dumped my Bitcoin and Ethereum for it. Wow. Rod Saul says, bro, you buying OMI like this makes me a little relaxed. Glad I can be of service. And Crypto says, can I ask what price did you get in at OMI? At first, between 0.007 and 0.008. It was already at a penny, and then it fell. I was like, oh, this is great. I really like it here. It fell to half a penny. I really like it here. I love it here. And I was just buying all the way down. That's what I did. What I did with Tesla. Bought all the way down. Matteo says, you are the reason why many have invested into OMI. Even though I'm not a financial advisor. Yeah, I'm letting you guys know what I'm doing. Again, the average person that, let's say, had, like $250,000, $500,000, whatever, maybe they invest 5, 10, maybe like 10 grand, 20 grand. But that's it. Like, most people are not going to spend even a quarter of their net worth on one thing, especially when they have that much money. But half of it, or more than half of it, like 60, 70% like I did, they're just not doing it. They're not. I put in like 65% of my net worth into this, maybe even 70. It's a lot. Probably more than that now. Hamed got in at 0.0023. Very nice. So yeah, Basila, I hope that, again, as this works out, as people make a lot of money, I hope they say like, okay, well, how did I get this money? It's from OMI, and why did I buy it? Okay, well, the real Randy Chavez, Randy, he gave me the confidence. Maybe I should watch, some of the other things that he does, and maybe I should try to do some of the other things that he does, like donating a lot to charity, and if they do try to, um, and again, once this moons, we can forget the vicissitudes of the last few months where it's just been going down, and we can concentrate on the future. And I hope if people say they think of me, I hope if they do try to be like me, I hope they try to be better than me, and they try to be, because I'm not perfect. I'm not always slow to anger. Sometimes I'm quick to anger, and it's something I've been trying to work on. So I hope people strive to be better than me, not like me, but better. So I hope they think that. Um, any concern that I have with OMI? I mean, with anything, like aliens could come down and abduct Alfred Arcon, David Yu, Dan Crothers. That could happen. Um, Maybe like a black swan event, like if a solar flare hits the Earth and all electricity and is done, computers are done. Um, or maybe like a World War III type scenario. Really, only big things I think can really kill OMI, in my opinion. Housing crisis would hurt it a bit. Um, when is OMI migrating to ETH? By the end of this month. ROS sales averages 0.0075, so we'll get you to breaking even soon. Rod says utility of OMI token and consistent buybacks. That'll happen in the next couple months. That will definitely happen. Ooh, excuse me. How I Made It says it's all about delaying short-term gratification. Agreed 1,000% on that. Justin says this is a wild ride no matter what happens. I agree. Poor man printing says let's go, Randy. You're not losing nothing. Yeah. I'm so happy. Oh man, I'm still 16 minutes behind. I got to keep up with these comments. Thank you, poor man for stopping by. Seal says it's the spirits of your Incan ancestors that allow you to foresee what most cannot. I did not even think about that. For those of you that don't know, I was born in Peru, and yeah, I'm probably more than 50% Peruvian, but I'm also Inca Indian. If you look at the people down there of Peru, most of them are like 5'4", 5'5". They're really short. Now you could say that's probably nutrition. They don't have a lot, down there. They're like a third world country, and I'm 5'9", so I'm a little bit taller. But Inca Indians are just tall. Like a lot of people I've only met like a few other Inca Indians my whole life because again I was adopted, so you don't see that many people from Peru or Inca in general. A lot of people when I was thinner, younger, can tell by my cheekbones. Ooh. So the cheekbones that people said, oh, I can tell you're Inca. I was like, what? Really? You can tell that just by looking? And like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. And yeah, they're very big into ayahuasca and and from all the times that I've been on Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds and maybe mushrooms, what Super Mario eats. I think maybe that's opened some type of gland in me that allowed me to see. So good point, Basilio. Torian Revolution says, I got 3,300 gems on veve. What's a good buy in HODL? Eddie Russo Batman. Todd McFarlane. That whole Batman set by Eddie Russo and Todd McFarlane you can get for under 3K right now. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to check that, though. Store drops. Just because I'm curious to what it is. I bought the Eddie Russo Batman at 2,400. Todd McFarlane at like 450 maybe. I just realized my Wi-Fi was not on my phone, but it is now. Okay. Here we go. Eddie Russo Batman is at, it's at 3,300 now. Oh my God. I'm so glad I bought it when I did. Eddie Russo is 3,300. Wow. I would say try to get that. And if you can't get that, get the rest of the, Eddie Russo Batman is one of my favorites to get. I only have one of them, but wow. 99 Crypto says, when are you just going to put on a thong? If I reach 10,000 subscribers, no, I wouldn't do that. No, me and a thong, I'd have to get in good shape. When I get in good shape, I'll put on a thong. How I Made it says, CMC is Coin Market Cap Gecko. Oh, gotcha. Coin Gecko, gotcha. Cool In says, that Torian Retribution, buy as many commons and uncommons and rare comics as you can. Might not be a bad idea, but Eddie Russo Batman, I love that. First of the first. And Todd McFarlane. Muzzle on my feet says, no, that streak question was meant for 99 cryptos. Haha, but thanks for your in-depth analysis on the pros and cons of streaking for 50K. Much love. No problem, Muzzard. Squidcat says, we're so lucky with OMI being attached to such a killer platform and team and some big catalysts coming. I feel pretty lucky to be... Yeah, I'm just so lucky to be alive at this time. Like, it's the greatest time to be alive in history. It really is. And we're lucky enough to be a part of this. Nine Eclipse says, I would streak as Saitama with the Nakomi cap with a thong so I wouldn't get charged for indecent. With a thong, maybe. John Doe, what up? Chris says, Cape. Foreign British Atorian Retribution, the Todd Batman. Todd is good too. Muzzle on my feet says, the Akomi cape makes it 10 times better right off the bat. Worth 100K, lol. Foreign British Foreign Printing, sitting on 5 Todds. What? Gerardo Preciado says, what's up, Randy? How you doing? I have a question. Right now I have 177 collectibles and 1 million OMI. What do you think? Keep buying OMI or collectibles? Well, I think you have a lot of collectibles, and you probably have, what, like 15, 20 sets, give or take? I would say OMI, because again, you have a lot more money in collectibles than you do in OMI. I would say go with OMI. Again, just my opinion, that's what I would do. Pouring Retribution, damn. Abeldude TV says, I'm bullish on E2 hard right now. Same here. King Julian says, what's up, everybody? Hit that like button. Hope it really helps out. Chloe says, Randy, did you hear about the Afro Droids NFT project? I've heard rumblings. I'm not really 100% sure what it's about, though. But I have heard rumblings, and I have heard good things. Jin Farrell says, I like BoJack Horseman. It's so good. Abdul says, oh, BoJack is a staple. We love BoJack. Love him. Abdul says, what a time to be an investor. Definitely. Crypto says, how often do you check OMI price a day? Personally, I do it every hour, and I don't even put that much money into it. Like when I do videos, before I do videos, or if I buy OMI, I haven't bought OMI, like aside from today, I haven't bought OMI in a while. When I do live streams or videos, I don't really check it that much during the day, because it's a long-term hodl, and, you know, yeah, I don't really check it that much. NHP Natural Hair Products says, what up Natural Hair Products? Roswell says, wow, 70% of your net, that's a big risk, to be honest. No guts, no glory. No sacrifice, no victory. John Doe says, that's what I tell my little brother. I have faith that he'll be better than me in all areas. Love. Mateo says, no such thing as aliens. I will have you know that when I watched The Fourth Kind, I only cried for 20 minutes. Now, I think aliens are real. Maybe it's because I want to believe that aliens and Bigfoot are real, but I think there has to be. They think they have to be, like they have to be. I just think I just let me believe. Natural hair process or a car accident. Rip. Death Plays Game says, how would a housing crisis hurt OMI? Well, if people have their expendable income in OMI, and then a housing crisis happens where suddenly the real estate market collapses and they just don't have money to buy a house or live because they're, let's say they have a house that's worth, that they have a mortgage for $300,000 on. Now it crashed and now it's only, $150,000 or $200,000. Or, and then, maybe they're laid off and they can't pay. The first things to go are things that you really don't need. And OMI's relatively liquid, or at least it will be. Housing crisis is just going to cause people to, again, not have a lot of money. They're not going to spend. They're not going to buy OMI. They're not going to be buying collectibles. Again, that's just, when I saw that in 2008, 2009, well, how does this housing market affect the stock market? Housing market crashes, stock market crashes. If housing market collapses, stock market collapses, crypto collapses, at least for a short time anyway. Ross says, my concern is veve is bought out and the OMI token is useless. Maybe that could happen. I don't think it would. Because again, if somebody tries to do that, well, Apple and Google are going to be like, whoa, hey now, we're making a lot of money from OMI, and we stand to make a lot of money from the veve app via OMI. There's going to be so many people blocking that. It is a concern, but it is not as high as the other things of my concerns. Rafael Rodriguez says, "What up, Randy? Yo, what's going on?" Lucio says, "You might be a descendant of Atahualpa." That was actually, yeah. So my middle name before I was adopted was Atahualpa. That was my middle name in Peru. So yeah. Homie Mike Jack says, "My boy Randy, let's get this bread." So Basilio, maybe, I hope so. I don't know how many of his descendants are. I don't know if it's like a Genghis Khan thing where like 10% of all people from there are like his descendants. Maybe. I do love fighting. I think I'm a good leader. Crypto says, if Disney buys veve, I think they will have to buy out the OMI as well. I don't know if they have to. It's kind of independent right now. Maybe they. I don't know. Dateo says, Raj, I've thought about that. What if they get bought out? I don't think they would right now. Maybe in the future. But right now, I don't think they would. Just because the owners wouldn't sell. Darren A says, you know any Quichua? I don't. Torian Retribution says, OMI is a stable coin. It goes down regardless of how veve is doing. My says, OMI has gotten every license they wanted. Wonder if they wanted Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, or DBZ. Yeah, again, they've had Marvel for like almost 2 years now, and they only announced it a few months ago. I'm pretty sure they have Disney. Pretty sure they have Star Wars. They have Disney, and then pretty sure they have Pokemon. Frankie Boy says Guardians of the Metaverse is about to pop. Best get in early. Start mint price is 0.08 ETH, but definitely going to be worth it. Like Fortnite, boom. I'll check into that. Mother on my thesis, aliens are definitely real. It's almost crazy to think that they aren't at this point, knowing how big the universe is. The universe is pretty heckin' big. That's why I believe. I'm a believer. Shaq says, who would want Pokemon on their roster? Everyone, yeah, who wouldn't want Pokemon? Yeah, everyone. So guys, that's it for me. I gotta bounce. I love you all. I may or may not see you all tomorrow, so I'll catch you all later. All right, goodbye guys. Meow, 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 meow.